Hello, 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 hello. I want to welcome you to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. This week, we have been interviewing some of the amazing individuals a part of the L3 project. For those that do not know what the L3 project is, it is Learn, Love, Lead. It is a prayer book, 121 days of prayer with 365 affirmations from women from around the world. Yes, we are pouring into your life. We are sharing things that have worked for us, things that we have spoken over and into our lives that have helped us on this journey we call life. So I want you to share this broadcast with someone in your circle, someone that you think may be impacted by this, because this amazing woman that I want to share with you guys today, when I tell you she's amazing, she's impacting the world in so many ways. She's a motivational speaker. She's an author. She advocates for foster care. She is amazing. I'm going to move out the way because y'all know I'll go on and on, but I'm going to move out the way and allow her to come up and share just a little bit about herself, how you guys can connect with her, how you can follow her, how you can support the many things that she's doing. And then at the end, we're going to talk about the book. But now it's about her. So I want you to share this broadcast. Hey, hey, hey,
Hello.
hey, hey. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. Always, I'm excited to have you on the platform, and always I want you to share because you do some amazing things, and I want people to know who you are and the amazing things that you are doing, and then we'll jump into the book.
Oh, I thank you so much for having me here and for thinking that what I'm doing is amazing. I'm just thinking it's something that I want to do and something that I was called to do. I am Blaque Diamond. I am the author of the Stacey F. series of children's books on foster care and adoption. And I'm also the author of the newly released 1380 Prospect Avenue, Not Another Bronx Tale. And that's also giving you a little bit of insight on foster care and adoption and the struggle of children growing up in urban cities and any city, to tell you the truth, in the foster care system and trying to find steady footing of how they're going to survive and what's next for them. So that's the road that I'm on, and that's the road I've been on for a very long time. I do advocate for not just children, for anyone. If there's anything that's going on and I feel passionate about it, I will advocate for that. But right now, it seems to be children is my heart. They are my heart. And I say that because I am the parent of 12 children, 6 boys and 6 girls, and 3 are my biological children. So I know some people say, oh my gosh, 12 children. Yeah, they're all my babies, whether I gave birth to them or not. They are my children. I call them my children. And they age range from 9 to 45. And I've been advocating not just for them, for children who are in the foster care system, especially those who are teens who are about to age out of care and they're looking for that place that they can call home, that place of their own. So the books that I write, I try to write on things that's happening with these children and the things that I feel as though some systems can look into and look at with a different set of lens in order to be able to help these children, because we're looking at them, I believe, on a financial note. And it may not be politically correct for me to say, but it's the truth. You know, these children need more than just the money that's being shuffled from one system to the other. They need for you to actually be there and to be able to do something about it. And of all, they need to be heard. They need for you to understand what they're going through and where they want to go. We learn as social workers, meet them where they're at. We can't meet them where they're at if you're always telling them where they need to be. You need to listen to them and to be able to understand the direction that they want to go into, because some of these children are very, very excited and they know exactly what they want. They've experienced that. We haven't experienced a lot of what they have experienced, and they know the direction that they want to go into. They just need that little push like we all need. And this is the reason why I've written about foster care and adoption, because I speak with them. I speak with children who are in foster care, and I speak to the parents too, because some of them have lost their children to foster care. I'm not going to sit here and do the blame game as far as, oh, the reason they're in care is because of the parent. Maybe the parent wasn't equipped with certain things, and it may go back generational that they didn't know. But we have these children who are in care now, and some of them are parents. So let's get a hold of them and start to stop some of this that's going on, so their children won't be a part of that generation where it continues and continues. So this is the reason why I write the way that I do. And we did a small film to show some of the things that are happening with some of these children, and that's also entitled 1380 Prospect Avenue, Not Another Bronx Tale. So we did something minor in it, and we had a good time doing it, but there was a message in it for the ones who are acting in it and for those who are viewing it. So it's very important that we all sit back, watch the film, discuss it with other people, and see where we can help. You don't have to just do it with me. You can do it in any local department of social services, whatever jurisdiction, state or borough, or any place that you live. Contact your local department. Let them know that you want to help. Be a foster parent, be an adopted parent. Go through CASA if you have to. There's so many different programs that's out there that's helping and that would help children. I'm working with Together We Rise, and we're trying to raise funds right now so we can get them backpacks, suitcases to put their personal belongings in, because a lot of them are traveling with their personal belongings inside of garbage bags. And that's not what we would want to see them doing. They're moving almost every day from pillar to post. They go from home to home. They carry whatever they could carry. A lot of times they're leaving things behind. You know, when you're moving, you want to put your things in boxes. You want to tape them up. You want the movers to move them in the right way. You don't want to forget anything. You stand around the house, you look around, and you make sure you got everything. But that's not the case with these kids. They have to grab and take whatever they want. Sometimes some of them are on the run. They're just running away and they're leaving, but at least let them have a duffel bag. You can contact me at Black Diamond 357 at Yahoo if you want to learn a little bit more about the sweet cases with Together We Rise. It's on my website. It's also under authorblackdiamond.com. That's my website, and you'll learn about 1380 Prospect Avenue and other books that I've written. Stacey F has her own website, so you can go to staceyf.com. She has plenty of books there on the different stages of the foster care system as far as Stacey's journey through foster care. And we have other little gifts and prizes and things that's on that site. So you can look on that site as well to get information about it. I'm also working with grandparents for Grandparents Cafes, where we're talking to grandparents, because a lot of grandparents are now taking care of their children. Well, they've been doing it for decades. I have my mom here with me, and she's been helping me, and there's also grandchildren that she's helped raise. So we have grandparents who are now coming forward and speaking and having their voice to say that, you know, I'm raising my grandchildren and I need a little bit of help. So we do grandparent cafes, and I also do Unpack Your Mindfulness, because it can be stressful. We're going through things. Heck, excuse me. We're in the pandemic right now. We're going through so much right now. So I do Unpack Your Mindfulness, and that's a journey that I've been on for a number of years, where I was able to unpack my mindfulness to get me to a place to where I can understand who I am, so I can be able to understand who you are, and to be able to help you get to the place that you want to be. So we do Unpack Your Mindfulness, and you'll also find that on my website as well. But I know Miss Angela is going to be talking to us about a project that we're going to be working on, and I'm just so proud of that project. Speaking of projects, I'm also working on another book that is outside of foster care and adoption, and I'm surprising myself as far as where it's going. So I'm not going to tell you anymore. Just keep following me. I'm on Facebook under Black Diamond, BLAQUE Diamond, and just keep following me. You'll find the information. I'm just going to turn it right back to Angela so we can talk about this wonderful book that I am super excited about.
Wow. I told y'all she does a lot. She does a lot, and I'm super proud of her. I'm excited. I'm excited about this project that we're working on right now, the L3 project, and to be able to have her mother join the project. I'm super excited about that. I had the opportunity to meet her mom via Zoom this year. We were able to celebrate her birthday. So I'm excited to have her part of this project. I tell you, I have adopted her as my grandmother. Her spirit just touched me, and I reached out and asked if she would share affirmation. I said, she's 96 years young. I'm sure she has something that she would like to share that could impart something into these women and impart into our lives. So, Mama Forbes, how are you today?
Oh, I'm fine today.
It's
This is
good to
now
see
listening to
you.
you all, and it's really touching to hear the things that's going on. I'm so happy that my daughter could do the things she's doing for these children.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited. I tell you, you have done an amazing job with her. Um, you definitely you definitely poured some things into her, and it's definitely showing through right now. So I thank you. I thank you for being who you are, because of who you are, that we can see you through her. So hey, I thank you and I applaud you. I want to give you your flowers today. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I should be thanking you, but I haven't been home.
Oh, oh. Well, you are welcome. I tell you, I would not pass up the opportunity to have you on this program and to have you a part of this book. I tell you, you touched my heart when you gave me the opportunity to share your birthday on my radio show. That touched my heart. So you're my adopted grandma now. So
Oh,
you
good.
Mama Forbes.
That's
You
good.
Mama Forbes. I love you, and I can't wait to share your affirmations and your words of wisdom with the many people across this world. Because I trust and believe that God is going to take this book to the next level and it's going to impact lives. So thank you for taking the opportunity to share your words of wisdom and your words of encouragement with those that's going to read this book. I want to know exactly, how do you feel about being a part of this and being able to share?
Well,
Um,
I feel great to be able to be here today. I didn't know what to say to Venice this morning when she got up. She told me I was coming on television. I said, "Oh no,
well, you look good.
I just can't. I haven't got words to express how I feel about being here today."
Well, we love you and we appreciate you so much. We want you to keep impacting lives because that's exactly what you're doing. You are
Uh,
encouragement to a lot of people, because a lot of people, especially me, because I know we make excuses. We make excuses all the time. Young, vibrant people making excuses. And you're 96 years young. You've experienced a lot in this world.
that's right.
And
And
yet you still take the opportunity to pour yet some more into us. So I thank you. I'm honored. I'm humbled. Words right now cannot express the love that I have for you, and what you're doing for this project. You don't realize the lives that you're going to impact. And I thank you so, so much.
I appreciate that. It's not many people that can say anything about an elderly person. They don't talk too much about them. So there's nothing much I can say, but thank you for having me on this program today.
I
And I
thank you.
appreciate it.
I thank you. Author Black Diamond, I love
Yeah.
you so much. And I thank you for sharing your mom with us. Um, you definitely have done that. So thank you. I want to know what this project means to you.
I was talking to one of my kids the other day, and as a matter of fact, my sister, that's what we were talking about. We were joking with my mom because I was in the kitchen cooking, and that's not something that I usually do. I'm the youngest of the eight of us, and I didn't have to cook. They always cooked, my mother and my sisters. And she said, what are you burning now? I'm like, okay, you got that one. And we got into talking about my mother, and I said what I want to acknowledge and what I want to say, and I think I put it in one of the books that I've written, my very first book, In My Mother's House. Um, I want to apologize to her because growing up, I wanted a younger mother because I thought everybody else's mother was hip and cool, and they got the coolest clothes, and they had the nice hairstyles and knew everything that was in style because their mothers were younger. And my mother was a little older, and it kind of bothered me growing up. But then when I wrote that book and I finished the book and I had to dedicate it to someone, I had to sit back and look at my life and look at the journey that I had and where I was at and how I got there. And I said to myself, it was because of my mom. And I said, if she had been a younger person, who would I be today? It might not be who I'm happy with today. I appreciate that my mother didn't drink. I appreciate that my mother didn't do drugs. I appreciate all of that. And I said, some people's mothers may have done that and chose that route. She didn't. And I appreciate not having that part of her in my life that she could have chosen and she did not. So to share this and to share so many different things with her and to be on a book with her, it's unbelievable. It is truly unbelievable. When I started writing, it wasn't something that I thought that I would ever do, have my mom to sit and write a book with me or to be a co-author in a book. But to know that you asked her and she said yes, and y'all had your own little private conversations without me, and she said that she would do it, and she did it and knocked it out. And it just was unbelievable. Like, wow, you're really doing this. We're really in this. So for me, I'm quite sure there's other parents and daughters and sons that shared books with this. But for me, that's history for me. I say it sometimes that I think I have the best of both worlds. I have my grandma, who's my mother, but she's really my biological mother. And I'm not ashamed to say she's old enough to be my grandmother. So I get that. And a lot of people don't get that as well. They don't get a mother and a grandmother all rolled up in one. You have to run from mom's house to grandma's house and maybe to somebody else's. I don't have to do that. I have her all rolled up in one right here with me. So that's a special gift that was given to me. And I appreciate that. And to be able to share this with everybody and to share my mother with everybody, this is just something my mother always done. That house that we lived in back home, everybody knew my mom. Everybody called her mom. Everybody was able to just, it wasn't a problem with us, with other people calling her mom, because we knew the feeling because she's our mother. So to have other people saying mom, that was just that smile on the face. I have people who's not biologically related to me that's calling her mom. And I'm like, that's my brother, that's my sister, and that's okay, because that's the feeling that they have when they're around my mother, and it doesn't bother me not one bit. People would think that you're the youngest, you don't want to share your mother. Yeah, I would, because I know what she's giving me, and if she can give that to somebody else, then I'm okay with it.
Wow. I tell you, everybody. I know everybody watching these lives. They're gonna say I'm such a crybaby, but if people just knew my journey, I lost my mom 12 days after my 16th birthday. So just sitting here watching you guys, it just touches me, in the fact that you open your heart to accept me as an adopted daughter, and Mama Forbes accepted me as an adopted granddaughter. That just touches me. And then we have author Pastor Tamala. She said she lost her mom when she was 20, and she said she appreciates you doing this. She said thank you for giving her flowers now.
You're so welcome.
So you never know, who live you may impact. So I thank you guys for being a part of this project, because there may be someone else live out there that you may impact, just like you've done mines and Pastor Tamala, just by coming on here and sharing this journey today. So I thank you. I thank you guys for all that you're doing, because you are impacting this world. And thank you for being a part of this project. I want to know if there's anything that you guys would like to share with the listeners before we leave. Anything to encourage them, anything that you want them to know before we leave.
For me, it's just so hard to express how I'm feeling and what I can possibly say to anybody else because of what we're going through now with this pandemic. With so many people that we have lost, and not knowing when and if this is going to be over. I don't feel as though it's going to ever truly be over, because we're still going to be looking around, but hang on to them while you can. And it may sound cliche, but tomorrow is definitely not promised to any one of us.
Right.
And communicate with who you can communicate with. We have social media now, but you do have to remember some of the legends. I don't call my mother elderly or old. I say the legends, because they have so much that they've given us. Reach out and call them. They want to hear from you. They honestly do. They're sitting there and they would love to hear from you. You can go to nursing homes. You don't even have to know any of them. Just go there and just say, hi, how are you? Just to say that and just let them know you'll be back tomorrow. That's giving them something to look forward to, that you're going to be back. So now I have somebody who's coming here checking on me. Contact the local departments. There are aging programs that you can speak to. I don't want to just make this about seniors. This is about anybody. This is about anyone at all. Check on people. It's not because of the hot weather or anything. It's just the shaking of the head. You read about celebrities that have passed away, and you see the internet flooded. Oh, this person passed away. I like when this person did this. I like it. What about your own family? What about the man that lived across the street from you? Those are celebrities in your own neighborhood, and you don't even know that. So reach out to them and just to check on them. Hi, Mr. So-and-so, just checking on how are you? You need me to put your garbage can in. I can mow your lawn for you. 80-year-old man don't need to be out there doing that. Pick up the paper for him. Get him a container of milk. You know, you see Miss So-and-so get ready to get on her van to go to her program. Even if she's going to play bingo, help her on the van. Help her off of the van. You know she goes every day or every other day or whatever the case may be. You have Miss So-and-so trying to raise her grandkids. You're a man in the neighborhood. Try to be a positive influence on that. Instead of standing there gossiping about her daughter left and she's there raising her kids by herself, but you're there too. We still need that village. We still need that village. And it's out there. You just got to pull it together a little bit better than what we have been.
Wow. I just talked about that. I was in Charleston this weekend, Somerville, South Carolina, speaking at an event. It was a community unity in the community event. And that was just what I was speaking about. Where has that village went? I remember when I was young, if I got out of line, wherever I was at, whoever was there took care of me. And then when I got home, my mama took care of me again.
Yeah, that's exactly
So that kept me in line. And we've gotten away from that. We don't want nobody to say nothing to our kids. We don't and where? Why we don't want that? What has happened? Why can't we care about the next person? I remember we could go to the neighbors and get an egg, get milk, get sugar, get whatever you needed. We used to go to the corner store and go in and say, my grandmama sent me. And they would put it on the bill. They would write it down. And you would go back next month and pay your bill. But where is that community now? Where is that support system?
It's broken. You know, and I've seen it. I've seen it so many times that it's this, to me, the system is broken. And we need to start putting it back together. But I think in order to put it back together, we need to go look at where it started from and see it was working at one time. What enabled it to work? Let's look at that instead of saying, oh, I have an idea. It's great to have an idea. But you're always thinking about, many people think about the money that's got to go along with it. We didn't have that kind of money back then, and it worked. And it wasn't greed either.
And see, that's
so
the
why
problem.
can't that system work now? It can work. There are people that's out there that's willing to put their best foot forward, but it always comes down to the same thing: greed. And this is what a lot of things are based on, and it's just so unfortunate that that people are allowing this to happen, and the person that is affected, it's affecting the next generation, and that's the generation that's going to be responsible for taking care of us. So you're not giving them the tools. You know, I said this to my kids all the time that I've given you the tools. Those who are over 18 and they're moved out, I've given you the tools. You have a piece of plywood, you have a nail, you have a hammer, and you have a screwdriver. You decide which one you want to pick up and get that into that piece of plywood. Now you can choose the screwdriver you want to, but you're going to be there all day. But you can use the hammer that I've given you and a couple of whacks and you're done. So I tell them that all the time, and that's what I tell any youth that I'm dealing with. You know, there was a time that your mom would just give you that one eye, that eyebrow go up in the ear, and you knew what time it was. It went so far that my sister could do that. And sometimes she still does it, you know, but I'm grown now, so I don't know if she's listening or not. But I'm grown now, so that eyebrow don't mean as much. But I still know what it means. You know, that means that get yourself in line. Or check yourself, because you were out of line just now. You know, and things like that are not harmful to say, but you say that to somebody's kid, you got a whole house of people coming out at you for no reason, because they're trying to help your child before you have to bury your child.
That's it.
And some people are not getting it. And unfortunately may never get it.
And we burying our kids. I mean, at the rate that we're burying our kids and young adults, we need to rethink this. We need to get back. We need to get back to really finding out who we are. And when we find out who we are, that's when we can begin to affect our community. So a lot of us don't even know who we are.
That's why I say go back to the beginning, because something is missing. We missed something. You know, you have scientists that look at things and they're there and they continue to look at it. Look at where we're at now. They they have a shot now for this coronavirus because they kept going in and looking and looking and looking until they perfected it to a point that we can get shots now for it. That's helping some. So why can't we look at all the other things that's broken and go back and see what's missing to see if we can fix it? Okay.
Yeah, right.
If we can fix it, I'm willing to say that I'm willing to go and look at what's wrong to see where I can fix it. I'm trying to do my best, and I just do what I can with what I have. I'm not out there, trying to make money off of every little thing there is. My cafes are free to those grandparents. Those grandparent cafes are free. I'm not charging them at all to come through this cafe, because it's so important. They're raising these kids. I'm raising one of my grandkids. I've been down that road. I know how hard it was. I lost the first time when I had to go to court to try to get custody of some of my grandchildren, and I wasn't able to do it. So what I did was I looked at what happened, what I needed to do, and I went back in and I was able to get custody of another grandchild. So now I have the tools that I'm talking about,
right,
to be able to do that, because I went back and I looked, something was wrong. Something didn't add up. Well, it's adding up now, and now I have my grandson. And this is some of the things that I teach during the Grandparent Cafe. And it's not about getting over or under any system. It's that it's educating the system as well. Because
right.
there's things that's happening out here that the system is not aware of. Because at 5 o'clock, the system closed the doors and clocks out. Not for me, not a grandparent. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. We can't clock out. We can't close out doors. So this is what I say that the system needs to do. They need to start to reevaluating things. Because they got started how and for what reason? Many may believe it was because of the little girl who was abused and beaten. Little Nancy Wilson, I believe that was her name, and that's not how the story began. So those who needs that social work 101 lesson, start to go back in your history. You see that it began before her. But they let that time lapse, and then it happened to her. And if they had looked back at it, they could have fixed the system, and it wouldn't have happened to her. So let's start going back. Let's look back at history and see where we need to make those changes. I'm not about faulting anybody. I'm just saying, let's just go back and let's start looking at it. It's enough of us to do.
That's it. Well, I definitely want to thank you for all that you're doing. Before we leave again, I want you to drop your contact information, how they can reach out to you. And then I'm going to close with Mama Forbes sharing something inspiration if she like.
You can reach me. My website is Author Blaque Diamond. That's Author BLAQUE Diamond.com. I'm on Facebook under Author Blaque Diamond. I'm on Twitter. Also, you'll catch me under Author Blaque Diamond. I got the StacyF.com. And my email is authorblackediamond357@yahoo.com. And you can always get in contact with me through Angela because she knows how to get in touch with me.
Yes, yes, yes. Mama Forbes, would you like to leave something inspirational with the people today?
Well, I just would like to tell them that getting old isn't a crime. Being old is a good thing. So don't think that by being old you are left out of anything. You're not. Because there's plenty of people that are older than I am.
Amen. Amen. Well, I want to thank you, and I want you both to know that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I truly have been blessed by you guys stopping by on today. I look forward to this book dropping and sharing your affirmations. I pray that your day is blessed.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to it dropping too. It's coming out when?
August the 31st. The book is going to drop in print August the 31st, and it's available pre-order right now on Kindle. If you would like to support us now, you can go over to Amazon via Kindle and pre-order on August the 31st. It will automatically download to your whatever you purchase it through. It would automatically download. We will begin pre-orders for the physical book on July 21st. I'll be sharing the details here shortly for those that may be interested in purchasing a copy of the printed version. But the book officially drops August the 31st. I am super, super, super excited.
Yes. Love you, and I can't wait to see you.
And I'm so happy to know I have another daughter
Yes, ma'am, you do. You have another granddaughter, and I love you.
And I
And
love
there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm not going to try.
Well, I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a great afternoon.
You
You
too.
too.
Be blessed. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by again for another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela. I hope you guys have been blessed. I hope you will share this broadcast across your circle of influence. You can also catch the replay over on YouTube. The book drop August the 31st. I promise you will be blessed. Please, please, please enjoy life. Do not allow life to happen around you. Love more. Inspire somebody. Show that fear of God through educating, empower, and encouraging. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.